Hello, my first grade musicians. Hope you guys are well. Today we're going to be finishing our Carnival of the Animals. So we actually have two animals left. But next week I'm going to be giving you guys a little assessment or a little test. And that's going to be your assignment for next week. So I actually do want to finish our Carnival of the Animals this week. So let's get started. We're going to start with our first one right away. Listening is really great. Cross your legs and sit up straight. Place your hands under your chin. Elbows on our desk. Now let's begin. Now we'll listen with our ears. Tell me what sounds do you hear? All right, that is one of my favorites in the entire Carnival of the Animals. So let's talk about the instruments. What do we hear? Yeah, we heard two main ones. We heard the piano. I'll write it over here. And there was something else that kind of sounded like bones rattling, right? We call that the xylophone or the glockenspiel. So we have two main instruments. All right, so high or low? Listen. Do-do-do-do-doot, 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 do-do-do-doot, do-do-do-do-doot, 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 do-do-do-do-doot. A little bit of both, right? Yeah, definitely. A little high and a little low. So we're going to give this one both. Do-do-do-do-doot, 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 do-do-do-do-doot. Right? Loud or soft? Yeah, kind of loud. This one was definitely a little bit more loud. And fast or slow? Do-do-do-do-doot, 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 do-do-do-do-doot. Yeah, 100%. This is definitely a fast song, right? All right, guys. So we're going to be talking about what animal I am mentioning in this song. And I'm going to give you a clue. This animal is not alive anymore. They were alive for millions of years, and millions of years ago, they actually went extinct. We've heard that word before, right? That means they are not existing anymore. So extinct animals, like I said, are not alive anymore. Can you think of something that lived millions of years ago but is not alive anymore? Yeah, I think some of you are saying it, right? Yeah, absolutely. The dinosaurs, right? But we're not just talking about dinosaurs this one. We're actually going to be talking about fossils, right? So fossils are the bones of the dinosaurs, as you can see in the picture. And I'm going to read this to you, and then we're going to go on to our movements, okay? It's nighttime. The stars are out, and the fossils are dancing in the moonlight. The bony skeletons of the dinosaurs have come alive, and the xylophone is playing their fast, rattly tune. Listen for the piano in the middle of the piece. Can you hear a well-known tune? It kind of goes like this. Bum 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 bum. You guys recognize it? Yeah, it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or the ABC song. If you guessed that one, you're still correct. At the end of the music, the rest of the orchestra, that means all the other instruments, join the xylophone to play the Fossils Dance again. It's such a good tune. They all want to play. How nice, right? All right, so the fossil song is broken into a few different parts, 4 actually. The first part is as we hear the xylophone. Now the xylophone is a bell instrument, and I have lots of them at school, and I think we actually got to play with some of them at the beginning of this year. And you take your mallet or your stick and you kind of hit them. So when we hear that fast rattly tune played by the xylophone, you're going to pretend you are playing a xylophone as well, kind of like this. Do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do do doot doot doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do do doot doot doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do do doot doot doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do 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 doot, do do doot doot doot. So as the xylophone is playing, we are going to pretend that we are using our sticks. So it's almost like I'm holding them in both hands, and I'm kind of hitting and strumming on my xylophone. I'm not going crazy. I'm not whacking my hands all over the place. Again, the whole point of this is to imagine ourselves and to do movements that are going to match the music. So my xylophone is matching the music. Then I kind of have like this dinosaur thing. So I'm going to kind of make my claws sometimes when I hear it, almost like my dinosaur, okay? Then, in the middle of the song, like I said when I read, there's a very familiar tune, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. That's when I get up to my stars, okay? And the stars, easy. I'm going to almost like put stars in my sky, right? So it's twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Back to the xylophones. Do-do-do-do-doot, 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 and then towards the end of the song, we're going to hear trumpets. We're going to hear trumpets, and not just trumpets, but other instruments as well in the orchestra. So when we hear that, here's the fun part. It's very creative. You are going to choose what instrument you want to play. You want to play the piano? You're going to pretend you're playing the piano. The flute? Hold your flute out. You want to play the drums? You want to play the trumpets? You can play any of those. The violin, all right? Those are a couple of examples. When I hear that, I'm going to be doing a little variety. That means a little bit of a couple of different instruments. So you can either follow me, or you can be creative and think of your own instruments that you would want to play. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to end with our rattling bones again, our xylophone. Do-do-do-do-doot, 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 do-do-do-do-doot. And that is going to be the end of our song. So that's all of our movements, right? We have our xylophone, our dinosaur claws, our twinkle, twinkle, little star, and eventually any instrument that we choose to play. Okay, so I'm going to play the song for us now. Try to do it along with me. Here's my xylophone. Here's my dinosaur. And then again. These are dinosaurs. You could turn around if you wanted to. Or you could do other things like stomp. This is my middle of the song. It's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Now we're going to pretend we're playing any instrument that we want. Piano, play the flute, violin, drums, trumpet, back to my xylophone. Good job, guys. So you'll notice that I did a little bit different with the xylophone hitting and the dinosaur moves. And that's, again, it's time for you to be creative, okay? So you can do as you want to. You want to turn around, you want to stomp on the floor, you want to be big dinosaur or small dinosaur. That's really up to you because you're the ones who are doing the moves, okay? So now we are on to our final animal in the Carnival of the Animals. I do apologize for having to do 2 this week, but we did a couple of other activities there within the last 2 months that kind of threw my schedule off just by a week. So we're just kind of like a week behind. So I want to take the opportunity to do that. If this is too much for you to handle in one day, guess what? You don't have to do it in one day. You can break it up into 2 days if you want to. It's really okay. Do whatever is comfortable for you and how you want to break it up. Okay? Listening is really great. Cross your legs and sit up straight. Place your hands under your chin. Elbows on your desk. Now let's begin. Now we'll listen with our ears. Tell me, what sounds do you hear? Last one. All right, that was beautiful, wasn't it? It's also one of the longest ones of the Carnival of the Animals, which I guess is pretty appropriate since it is the last one. So they saved like this really long, beautiful song for the very, very end. What'd you hear? Yeah, we should have heard 2 instruments, right? We definitely heard the violin and the piano again, our 2 main ones as we learned all about Carnival of the Animals this year. Right? So we have our violin and our piano. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not the violin. It is lower than a violin. It is the cello, which is kind of like a violin, but it's much bigger. And if you guys remember, the bigger the instrument, the lower the sound. So I do apologize. That is the cello. All right, so high or low, listen. Do, 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 do. What do you think, high or low? Ah, this one's kind of high, right? Now, this one's an easy one. Loud or soft? Yeah, definitely on the softer side, right? Fast or slow? Oh yeah, nice and slow, right? Nice, peaceful type song, right? So it's kind of slow and beautiful and just this like really graceful, very peaceful type of song. So can we think of an animal that is kind of slow? And I'll give you a clue with a high neck. And no, it's not a giraffe actually. But this animal is kind of slow. They do have a long neck also, just like a giraffe, but they're very, very slow and they're kind of soft and they glide, which is kind of how you hear that smoothness. So maybe they glide on something like water, right? So what animal has a long neck, soft and slow? Oh, some of you are probably thinking geese or ducks, and you guys are really close. But actually, this one, they are usually either white or black, and they're usually found in pairs, and they go on the pond, and they are called the swan. Yeah, the swan is a beautiful type of bird, very close to a goose or a duck, just a little bit more graceful. Usually when you think of a swan, you think of something a little bit more graceful and peaceful. And it says the music for this piece is very slow and gentle. It sounds as if the swan is gliding gracefully along a quiet river. Can you hear the pianos in the background? Those are the ripples in the water. The main tune is played by the cello. And if you look over here, you'll notice that there is a picture of the cello right over here. So it does look very close to the violin. It's just much bigger. I'll listen to it growing louder and then softer. The swan is coming near and fluttering its wings. Then at the end of the piece, the swan disappears into the distance, and you can only hear the sound of the rippling water. Right, going back and forth. So it's a very, very graceful piece. All right, so the dance for the swan is a little bit different than all the other ones that we've doing. And it's more a little bit where we rely on stretching, almost like yoga poses. So we're going to do a lot of stretching throughout this, and I think it's great for you guys to kind of move your muscles and to move your arms, and you're going to be moving them out and in, and just basically follow me. And if you feel your body start to stretch and almost ache a little bit, that's good. You don't want to hurt yourself, so don't do it too hard, but if your bones are starting to be like, hey, good morning, that's good. It means that you're using bones that you may not have really been using lately, and that's okay. So I'm going to move my computer over here, and as I start my music, you guys can kind of follow me a bit. Watch. Start with a nice stretch. All the way over our heads. And we're going to go down to one side. You can be my mirror. You mirror me. Good. Are we feeling that nice stretch, right? And the swan stretching up its big neck. Now as I lift my arms up, I'm going to go the other direction. Feel that nice stretch in the back. Very good, guys. Now we're going to use our arms and we're going to go forward like this. Nice and slow. Remember, we're doing this nice and slow and graceful. Up. Down. Now I'm going to move my arms to my side and I'm going to very slowly walk around. Almost like I have a book on my head, and I don't want the book to fall off of my head. Very, very slow. Feel that nice stretch in your arm. You should have made it around just one time. That's how slow I went. Now we're going to do it very similar to the beginning. Put up our arms. One direction. Around the center. Same thing to the other side again. And now you can get down a little bit, almost like to your knees. Put up your swan hand. Looks like I'm making a swan now. And I'm going to almost like take a little bow. And my swan is taking a little bow, or like I'm going swimming, right, in like a little pond. Nice job, guys. Hopefully you guys kind of felt a little relaxed and very peaceful while you were doing those moves. It's a nice, smooth way of stretching our bones and our body. So really good job, guys. So finally, we are at the finale. And if you notice that the word finally and finale sound very close, then you are correct. And that's what it means. That's what a finale is. It's like, yay, finally, we're at the end. We've worked so hard and learned so many awesome things and moved our body in so many different kinds of ways that it's a kind of an exciting celebration at the very end. So allow me while I read our finale sheet to you. Now the orchestra is calling all of the animals to the start of the grand carnival parade. The pianists play great swooshing sounds, and then the orchestra plays their special parade tune. Suddenly, with the great clatter of hooves, the mules rush by. Can you hear their music? Remember how the mules would run up and down the mountain? Then we hear the spiky music of the hens and the roosters. Remember how the hens were always talking to each other and the roosters were like, cock-a-doodle-doo. Now the kangaroos pass by, jumping and hopping to their tune. And lastly, we hear the loud hee-haws, hee-haws of the donkey. But the animals don't cover their ears anymore. They are too happy and excited. Well, it's not every day there's a carnival of the animals. And this is the finale song. So let's listen and I'll point out some things to you. There's the pianist swishing. And as the orchestra's kind of playing any instrument that they want. Some marching, you can do some dancing. Now listen, these are the mules. They go up and down the mountain, right? Getting higher and lower. And then you guys can kind of dance again a little bit. You can play your instruments again. Oh. There's the xylophones, right? That we just heard on the fossil. Oh, the hens. And look, kangaroos. Up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the end of the Carnival of the Animals. I hope you enjoyed learning about all of that stuff as much as I enjoyed teaching it to you. So for next week, okay, due June 8th, please make sure that you color the Fossils and Swan page of the Carnival of the Animals book. Remember, you can either print it out if you want to. If you have it at home, fantastic. Or you can just draw your own. You can send either a picture of that or a video of you guys dancing to one of the animals that we just learned about to abrosky@schools.nyc.gov. Remember, it is due by June 8th, especially now that we're kind of wrapping up the year. Please try to make sure that everything is done as close to on time as possible so I can get the grades in. Next week, instead of a regular lesson, is going to be just a 10-question assessment or a test. It's going to be for all first graders just to kind of show me a little bit of feedback on what you guys have learned this year while we were doing the Carnival of the Animals, what you guys remember, what you guys liked. So be prepared for that. And at any point between now and the end of the year, you'll probably want to color your finale page, which is also in your book, just to kind of complete your book, okay? And hang on to that book, all right? It's kind of special. It's a special memory of something that you guys worked very hard on this year in music in the first grade. Boys and girls, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Adios. Bye.